like GH and Slaughter's the most main concern is the laning phase. Laning phase, so he can get this Blink Dagger and Aghanim and BKB in the right timing. And it looks like even if Nigma goes like offensive tri-lane and putting Magnus solo top against it, he's gonna be free farming. And even if it's a Sven at top, I think with the Earth Spirit and like a Slaughter against Sven plus either Phoenix or Clockwork, I think he's gonna be doing.
Seconds.
Yeah, I'm just. Would you still go a minus on this Sven? Do you feel like that getting your experience up ASAP is the thing that's most important here? Because there's not an insane amount of things that are going to be dispellable right now on Team Liquid.
It's the miracle style to actually get Midas here. I think he's always gonna be going for the Mask of Madness and an early BKB, so he can be involved in like early fights. But like we saw in the last game about the PA Mask of Madness and that's a BKB, but like if you don't get a lot out of it with that timing, you're gonna eventually fall off even if you play with Magnus.
Yeah.
Crystal Maiden.
Oh, okay, Crystal Maiden. Okay, sure. It gives them more laning stage presence. I mean, does this then lead to the idea of Lone Druid safe lane and then the Snapfire mid?
I mean, it could be. Like, Mike has been playing the Snapfire in like any position, even as an off lane, like a... Yeah.
And he's been rushing the Acceptor as well. I think it was 16 minutes that he picked it up in the last time that we saw him play it. So I was initially thinking, you know, great, you can gobble up and spit in the Earth Spirit, get that silence off really quickly, but Slaughter just as effective of a target for that. You know, it might mean that he can build more self-sustain. Pipe of Insight, for example, or... Is Crimson Guard good here? I think a Halberd would be great on the Slaughter this time around. And yeah, you don't have to waste money on that Blink Dagger if you've got the Gobble Up.
Very hype here from the Crystal Maiden. The attack speed.
Against the Phoenix, yeah. Yeah, it's not bad.
Very hype, very hype. We'll see if he gets to that point. You know, it feels like this, if the game goes late enough.
Yeah, I think if Liquid are going to succeed, you don't want your Crystal Maiden getting to level 20, because then...
what if Crystal Maiden is mid?
Night Stalk.
Oh, a Night Stalker pick up here from Nigma. Okay, so... Looks like they're going to try and do something a little bit weird. Maybe RMN... Oh, it's a vote.
Mid Phoenix?
Weeha Phoenix. Okay, against who knows?
Against Mike.
Alright, both these teams, I mean, a lot of these teams that we've been seeing in these European playoffs have been doing some weird stuff, boys, but mid Phoenix, this is something that I've seen from a few Phoenix spammers in our region, but it's not something that I'm too excited about. GG bet odds, 100% even. Except for
slightly Phoenix.
0.01. I mean, that's basically as even as you're going to get, boys, but with this draft, what are we thinking? Like, who's going to do what and where and why?
I think Nigma are trying to get a little bit too clever with this. I think... I like Liquid, you know, their laning stage is good. You've got a comfort hero for Koikfa. Tiger played an amazing Earth Spirit. Mickey's shown that he's able to dominate the whatever lane he's put into and get early item timings. And then the Slaughter is going to be pretty damn effective as well, especially if he itemizes correctly against... Well, you know, look at all the damage that's coming out. Mind Control and Sven is going to be dishing out the majority of it early on. So I think something like a Halberd's going to be really effective there.
What about you, QO?
Liquid.
Who are you thinking? Predictions?
I like the balance of the draft from the like for Nigma, not too sure.
All right, so it looks like both my boys here are going with Team Liquid for our third game here. So we're going to leave it with our casters one more time. It's going to be Odie Pixel and Fogged.
wisely.
Let's welcome, ladies and gentlemen, the deciding game 3 now between Liquid and Nigma. Fogged, we're getting a big one. The Quake for Lone Druid comes through this game for Liquid. And Nigma, they've got sort of the full cleave going with this Sven, Magnus, and most excitingly of all, as we saw coming through this Weehaw Phoenix.
Yeah, and also just a fun thing to point out, the anti-synergy. Night Stalker with Phoenix. You know, you pop your egg, it's daytime in the fight. It's pretty horrible to play Night Stalker a lot of times with Phoenix because of that. You just instantly into your slow even if you are in darker sections, because Phoenix egg takes priority. It makes it daytime, no matter what.
That's true. I mean, I bet if you look at the stats, there's probably not been many games where we've seen teams have those two heroes on the same lineup, right?
No, it can definitely be very anti-synergy, and looking at Nigma, and I'm seeing almost like all melee. And I see a Snapfire, Slardar, and an Earthbird on their team, which are very good versus multiple melee heroes. They're going to be able to land explosive spell combos like we have inside of Liquid. I'm really liking Liquid's draft if they're able to keep the pace and keep setting the tempo. GH, he'll be able to scurry away.
Top lane. Obviously coming in with a crush, we'll manage to secure bounce arena for them, but I did grab the bottom, and they'll get the one in the river as well, so 2-2.
Really liking Liquid setup. I think if they're able to just set the tempo and set the pace in this game, and they just don't give Nigma just breathing room to just sit back and farm with this Sven and Magnus, I think they'll be able to take this game fairly quickly. I think this is going to be a pretty hard one for Nigma.
Yeah, I mean, I'm interested to see just how this mid lane goes. We are on the Phoenix. He's against Mickey, and we saw the other day, Mickey, he had a great lane in the mid on his Snapfire. He was looking very hot in the laning stage.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the mid Phoenix either. There's a big reason why we don't see it. It's just not that strong. You'll get your levels at least, and I mean, we'll see what Weeha's able to do with it. I'm not too certain, as he is playing versus some very traditional counters. Playing versus the Snapfire, so that egg a lot of times, it's just gonna get a little shredded.
Yeah, I mean, we see teams sort of take the Phoenix off an off-lane position. It's got the Fairy Fire.
Close.
I will live. Okay, holding back on wasting the mana on Scatter Blast, where so Weehaw had fire to go.
The cooldown on Fire Spirits is just so atrocious. This is one of the big reasons why you don't see it played. Because in 51 seconds, you literally you only have a spell every almost 2 waves, it feels like. Mickey, he's just able to spam. He's actually a natural bottle builder. Phoenix is not. It just feels awkward for Nigma here with this draft, with this setup here. So it's double melees in both side lanes. So I feel like the lanes for Liquid, they're always going to be fine here. It's a very farm, very passive kind of draft coming out from Nigma, I feel. And yeah, they're actually going to move and look to pressure. I like this move from Liquid. Taking Sania top. Koikfa should be fine for the most part bottom if he's able to get a good positioning on the way.
We'll find RMN here with that help from the slow at the frost attack from the neutral creep, and that will actually set up for first blood.
A fool's first lesson is his last.
I like this a lot. This is it's extremely weak lane from all 3 lanes, pretty weak from the side of Nigma. I think Liquid should try to take advantage of them just like this.
And is there any sort of way they can punish Koi for being on his own down here, or is it just too hard with the heroes that they have? And
when GH has a couple levels, he can. I think when he's like level 2 and level 3, he can start to look and wrap around Koikfa and look for these kill setups. It's a little hard with the Night Stalker, but you know, the cogs are going to be so strong if he's able to isolate. But Nigma, they're actually in trouble here up top. Miracle goes away.
It doesn't look easy for him now against these 3 heroes. And they're going to be very ready to battle him each time he tries to find farm in this lane.
How's the mid matchup doing? Yeah, Mickey is winning the matchup. Weehaw is getting some last hits, but he's definitely going to fall behind. As Miracle getting blocked up here. Nice skewer from RMN.
GH as well. We'll get on to Insania. Miracle trying to run back in on this. He is a little low on him. As once we see this happening up top, mid lane, Mickey found the solo kill opportunity. Top lane, they do lose Insania, but that mid kill, that's the big one. I mean, as we saw Mickey mid Snapfire the other day, it looked amazing in lane. And I feel like this game, up against a Weehaw Phoenix, he's kind of got on easy mode here, Mickey.
He really does, and he has some really good heroes, as panel mentioned. Which he will, if he goes for that Ags rush. With Slardar, just doesn't have to go for Blink. And speaking of Slardar, top Miracle might actually go down to these two.
Skewer to take him off the side, and Sania's trying to get him with another Frostbite, but Miracle able to stay alive and get out of there. Still though, on the farm, slowing him down early.
This feels like such a hard game for Nigma to play. Honestly, I feel like this is going to be such a farm game from them. Like, I'm watching GH, he's starting to prepare these stacks and everything, but I feel like this is a really, like, Miracle. You gotta, like, everything is going to be on your shoulders this game, because I'm not seeing how it all comes together. And Snapfire's free farming, Lone Druid's free farming, Slardar's getting a great lane too. Definitely concerned for Nigma.
And it really is just the fact that they decide to have this Phoenix in such a high priority position when there's a Snapfire in the game. As we were saying. Top lane, Insania. Let's get caught a second time.
Your metal and found it wanted.
Yeah, the GH's rotations with Clockwork are going to be the thing to, if he can get good ones, to secure them a little bit of the early game, and then Miracle really has to carry super hard. It seems it's going to get really difficult really fast versus this lineup. I don't know how they really fight as 4. Fighting as 4 with this Phoenix when he's the high priority hero, it's gonna get focused that much more.
Bottom. So they want to mind control. The damage is taken. They've got the root. They might need another if they want to try for it, and Weehar's going to come in and help out. Slow down the attack speed here of Quakefor's bet.
He jumped in though. Able to get away. Up top, GH. Again.
See. And with the drag back of the shockwave, they've got him. So, despite the trialing that did start up here from Liquid, Nigma have been able to break it down. And Miracle, he's getting involved in these kills. 1-0-2 already in the safe lane, Sven.
Yeah, GH coming in clutch in this early game. Setting up for all 3 of those kills. But what levels? Mickey's about to be level 7. Weehaw is level 5.
Some insane kill potential, of course, with these kisses.
They can set up onto Weehaw. Taiga sees an opportunity. Wraparound is coming though. Mind control. He has the nighttime. He's level 4. Looking to make an early move here as this Night Stalker.
Running down Mickey. Right in they go, in with the silence. Tiger's going to try and roll in, give some safety for Mickey. The Sunray is burning him down though. Mickey tries to temper the blast, but the burn from the Sunray kills him off in time. Now Tiger also found a very good move here from Mind Control and GH to come in and give Weehaw some involvement and some big kills here, taking Mickey out of the lane.
And a lot of times, you know, the first night is used to just farm the lane and catch yourself back up, but he can't farm the lane versus a Lone Druid. I love that Mind Control just makes the decision. He identifies that it's just impossible bottom, and he catches Weehaw back up. They have to slow down Mickey's farm.
There is little hope for tower.
Maybe try a second time, Mind Control. He's going to dive in. It would be pretty huge if they could do this times in a row, but Tiger's around. Because they're oh, that cookie though! Oh my god! That cookie! They do turn with the egg, but they've got the hits to get it. I mean, Mickey and his cookies, he had a brilliant cookie the other day. This one was even better.
Mid-dive, he catches him from using it on the creep. That was just picture perfect. And look at his build that he's gone for. Look how tanky he is. Double bracer plus that crown. They commit so much onto him and can't bring him down.
What a cookie there. And beautiful. Big team moves as well, you know, having Tiger and Insania around. Just enough hits to take down that egg.
Keeping themselves all farmed up on all 3 cores. We do see a Miracle. He is still farming very well, but we see the cores of Liquid. They're all farming incredibly well. Like Lone Druid, he's not getting pressured at all. Boxy's gotten away with pretty much everything. Looking like the dream setup here for Liquid. Definitely want to see them just look to play extremely aggressive though. Match every single one of Nigma's moves in this early game, because you know they're going to be playing this farm style with Sven. Miracle will not be ready to turn up for a very long time. I think they can look to set up on these towers soon here with Nigma.
See us mid. GH around, but lost a buy back up here from Mickey. In fact, Tiger's going to go with the roll-in. Try to get the cookie combo, but we are able to dive before we're held back by either the Frostbite or that cookie.
They're looking for the active moves though. trying to make the moves on mid because their two side laners are free farming, so just trying to get Mickey enabled a little bit more and try to pressure that tower.
I'll have to come back here.
See if they do look to make any move. Mickey, he has the ult up available again. I feel like he could look to make a move up top here. Around Boxy, who's very strong right now. And it's just the two supports up top right now. Boxy getting set up on it.
Try and run it.
Coming in yet. Now they're coming from Liquid.
Weehawk diving in aggressively. He's kind of low. Boxy holding back for now with the crush. Time for them to get. He's still alive.
Oh.
Boxy's able to walk away from the three of them, and now the backup's in from Liquid. They're going to get the kisses out. Just trying to run the supernova being used very far away from anybody. GH is going to tick out. He's actually able to live there on about 13 HP. They keep everybody alive.
Yeah, Raindrop saved them again. Another situation where Raindrops just always ends up saving people.
Boxy overall, he's going to be happy with that one though. 3 heroes chasing him out, and they could not kill him.
He's getting away with everything. Like he's died the once, which hurts a little bit because of GH's rotations, but this is the dream start here for Liquid. Slardar free farming, all 3 cores off to phenomenal start. Getting these early item timings. I do just see them just looking to pressure though. When Koikfa is ready to do his thing, when he's ready to actually walk up and hit towers, I want them all to sit behind him and get ready for it.
Soldier's fortune.
This'll come in handy.
And I mean, is there going to be some pressure from Liquid to keep the pace up? Like, is this a game where you don't want to go late against this Sven? They still have good heroes to match up against Miracle in the late game.
They probably don't want to take it like super late because of Sven and Phoenix, but they do have a lot of different tools that they can look to take it in later stages.
So he just walks into Koikfa.
He wanted to cut the wave, but yeah, the bear was there. Now those towers, this is the big move, is when Koikfa's ready to go for pushing them. How can Nigma react? Gonna look to do their own pressure to play down Miracle. And there's gonna be reactions. Looks like Liquid's trying to set up for this.
Insania to get caught on straight away by Mind Control. Miracle trying to come over as well to deal with the Crystal Maiden, and they do. Insania gets blown up. Beat over to the side, didn't get connected with the stun, but the slow from the stone from Tiger comes in. And one of his kisses immediately hits to a stop by a shot. And Mickey's tanky. He's running out to the side. Dive forward from Weehawk. Has got supernova up if he feels that it's necessary. Won't need it to kill Mickey. Now Weehawk turns somewhere on a Tiger. They'll be able to clean up the triple for Mind Control. So Magnetize brings them low, but Mind Control's out with the TP. Boxy's going to try and run over. About going in onto GH, but won't be able to do so. As Nigma's aggression pays off. They do lose Miracle, but they get quite a few kills for it.
They bring all 5 heroes to outnumber. Koikfa, he knows he can't make it down here, and he's just gonna push top. He actually gets some decent damage on the tower out of it all there. And great outnumbering coming out from Nigma. A great hook shot for GH. Can they actually take the tower though? Weehawk? Playing with Boxy.
I mean, we are still on. He's still got the egg, so
That's
still can look to fight.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
2k lead at the moment. With the fact that they do just have their 3 cores in a slightly better spot. Koikfa's Lone Druid definitely the big scare. We've seen many times when he's having a good start on this hero, things become very tricky for the challengers.
So far, Mind Control and GH are definitely carrying the weight on their shoulders this early game, though. Making these moves around, coming in clutch for their team. 2-0-5, 4-1-1. So the Baron does get caught. Super big pops.
He's able to get that ult off. He's going to need some assistance though, because this Sunray doing the damage. The root will hold back GH. McKay stepping in, cooking in on towards the clockwork. And roll forward on the side. Miracle is able to stop Insane in the track, but Insane turns the frostbite and the ult. They're kiting Miracle up to the side. They focus the egg down. They've got it. They take down Weehawk on the front of it all. So far, it's just a 1-for-1, and there's the goal. Tiger closes the gap. The kisses are coming in. Koikfa's got the bear on top of Miracle. The final few kisses landing in onto Miracle's fan. Mind Control down as well. As Nigma just trying to push it a little too much there. You could tell that they were getting pretty excited with that burn onto Koikfa. They were burning him pretty quickly. They wanted to chase for the kill, but it ends terribly for them, with Liquid able to hold their position. The Supernova, again, no surprise. This ult is just not going to be very effective against Liquid's lineup. They're going to kill it most time.
No, it's never going to be effective, really, and it's the hardest target for them to actually go on Koikfa. Like, sure, he's getting Sunray, but he pops 2 for him, and then he has this Spirit Link, so he's just sharing lifesteal. It's not actually doing much damage because he's just lifestealing off of 2 targets, and it puts him in a really awkward position that Boxy he's able to just man fight and hit Miracle. And the fact that he can do that is a humongous concern for Nigma. The Sven just not looking strong at all right now in this game, as there's just so many different counters, and a well-composed draft from Liquid is working out perfectly right now. Koikfa's at some of the same item timings. I think he has the best. So.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, and all in all, I think we've seen it twice now. There's this Mickey mid snap fire. Definitely something that you've got to have in mind when you're drafting against Liquid. Just the fact that you put him in this mid lane, and Mickey he just destroys it for the people. But both mid performances we've seen on the Snapfire, he's outplaying his very well.
And now they're setting up for Roche. God's Strength is going to be coming back up, but Egg is also going to be coming back up. This is looking like a real hard fight for it to go into. Boxy has the link.
See if Nigma can put a stop to this. GH. You want to try for the hook shot steal. Getting low. The side, Boxy crushing the mind control, holds him out of position so he can't get in. Right forward, now GH has got an opening. He's not going to be able to time it, as you say. Tiger just messing with GH, stopping him from being able to get in at this. The kisses come out, they've found mind control. So not only getting Roshan and Aegis, they'll get a kill on the Night Stalker too.
It just feels so hard for Nigma to fight into this lineup of Liquid with this quad melee draft. Well, I mean, I kind of count Phoenix even as, I mean, he's not melee, but you get into midst of everything. It's this full melee draft, it feels like, versus just heroes that are amazing versus melee. Lone Druid, Snapfire, Slardar, Earth Spirit, these heroes, they thrive. Miracle
chasing on down bottom, Cookie in. Boxy to close the gap with the sprint. In with the crush. Iron Man's going to come across, try and offer some safety, but he's been silenced. The RP comes out, but it's only onto Boxy. Tiger's able to step in, get the magnetize off. Boxy, one final crush, but the Sunray Raid from Weeheart does kill it. So turn up from Weeheart, does manage to swing things around now with the dive in, looking for Tiger, but another roll away with the boulder. He's out.
Stadium. There's the gobble up, and it's going to creep in just to stop their aggression, but that does show. We do have an Aghanim's finish now on the Snapfire too.
Yeah, and all of this time, Koikfa in the creeps. The bash is going to be done very soon after this death.
Middle tower is under
He's getting perfect, just super fast item timings, and his team is just constantly fighting. And Boxy's going to respawn. They're going to look to fight mid. They can match any of Nigma's moves here. It's a level 10 Phoenix, and that's the mid Phoenix. He's not even level 12 yet. So it's still that level 1 egg that will pop in almost every scenario.
Still looking very hard for Nigma to deal with the farm that Nick and Koikfa have right now.
Yeah, and Miracle, he's not getting space to farm really.
We are in the mid.
He's so far behind.
Gets a hit in. There's the spit. Gobble up, sends him up to Weeheart. Gonna try and sunray his way over the trees. Still alive. Finally falls though. Just nothing he can do to save himself, Weeheart.
Starting to cut some waves, playing a little bit more of that farm game we see on My Control, trying to just get anything they can out of the map. They know it's going to start shrinking, so they have to do some type of clever movements here to make space. This tier 2 tower, this one's going to drop very fast here in 17 minutes, so outposts are going to start being available for Liquid to take too.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They've got to do something about Koikfa. He's 3-0-2, and it just feels like when Koikfa's in this position at this moment in time, he doesn't lose these sort of games. This is not a game that Koikfa is likely to lose.
No, there's a reason that Liquid, they open up with it so often. Yep. This I'm sure is a second take, but there's a reason why they do like opening this. They know how to play with these timings. There's Miracle up top, they're looking for him. Tiger.
They're able to get him with the stun. The Gobble up stunning him as well with the bears inbound. Iron Man's going to try to come across, help him with the RP. The Koikfa just brings the bear back up to the side so he can get straight back in onto Miracle. They'll take Iron Man down as well. It's more kills for Koikfa. His game just getting better and better. Mickey. starting to look pretty difficult here for Nigma. 14 to 10, 5k lead from Liquid growing. Miracle, the one with the power, but he's dying. They are able to kill this Sven. Even with this rushed AC, it's not really doing a whole lot to protect him. They've still got many ways to fight him through this AC rush that he's opted for this game.
They have such a well-rounded draft. That's Kyo was mentioning it on the panel, how it takes everything. It has great magic damage, great physical. It takes buildings, it takes rush. It really takes everything. Well, Nigma's it's a bit strange, right? It's mid Phoenix. They have the Phoenix with the Night Stalker combo. It's a very tough lineup to make work and to execute. Magnus almost has Blink, which will help things a lot, but Liquid might just be too far ahead for them to actually take any fights.
And Miracle is just going to need a lot on top of this AC. I mean, I only imagine, he did go for this AC route because he felt pressure to come into the fights with something that would benefit the team, but obviously not sort of your standard that you would be getting straight up on a Sven. Of course, not just enabling you as much as the more standard stuff, so the SMYs, Echoes, Bags, BKBs. It's going to postpone those items that allow you to be active in the fights. And the AC just doesn't seem to be keeping him alive, maybe as much as he'd hope it would.
Yeah, it's a build that he needed to go for versus the Slaughter plus that death alone to it.
Yeah.
Outpost TP's coming in.
On Miracle boxes him with a crush.
Oh my god, Miracle's getting destroyed.
He's just dead. He's dead. GH is going to go down. It's just going to be another clean from Liquid here, as they are cleaning up every single fight. RMN, he's trying to hide, but of course they've got the vision on him. They'll fear him. He's running back and forth. No escape for him.
He did get to buy the Blink Dagger before he does die, at least, but yeah, I think we're really seeing how every single one of these fights are going to kick off. It's just...
They push the base. It's 20 minutes in, you got a Deso on the bear, of course. And they can't stop this, Nigma. They're going to lose a Rax here 20 minutes in.
And they can't even show heroes. They'll get gobbled up and chain stunned. Look at Boxy has the bash right now. If someone steps up, they're ready for it.
Dire's top barracks has fallen.
As this one, I mean, it's really looking like, I mean, what there from Nigma and the heroes they have that can turn this game. Like, what's going to change?
I'm not sure. There's a lot of anti-synergy in their draft. It feels like.
It is a weird draft.
And the Phoenix and just so much melee versus what Liquid has. They just have like literally some of the best heroes versus melee. Like Savage Roar and Slaughter and even Snapfire. These heroes just excel versus these melees.
A soldier's fortune.
Hey, it just feels like it feels so impossible. They're gonna need what feels like an RP into an egg popping for them to try to take fights, but Liquid's not gonna give them that opportunity.
There we go. In the river, Nigma smoked up. They're going to try and make a jump happen, but Boxy is able to run into her. He's able to jump over to the back lines. They do that hook shot onto Insania. Insania will go down, but in the river, Tiger and Boxy trying to keep Miracle and Ironman preoccupied. Quoifer's able to pop the ult, fear back onto the clockwork. The kisses are coming out. Miracle and Ironman, they're just dying to the Mortimer's kisses. Miracle is surrounded by Boxy and Quoifer. I mean, it's looking pretty helpless here for Nigma.
Boxy just jumps in and he plays like the best anti-carry ever. Miracle is just controlled, trying to chase him in the river, just getting cloud high spells. They kill absolutely nobody, and that really feels
this is... I mean, we saw, Liquid in game 2. They held a big lead, but it took a long time to close this one up. This one, I don't think this one's going to take nearly long to close up. We're 22 minutes in. Liquid, they could probably just end it within the next 2.
Yeah, at least get a Rax advantage, another Rax advantage, and then back up as each.
They're not to win. They're both dead. They're both dead. As they'll come in with the buyback on we are.
The Glyph Towers killing everyone?
The Glyph Towers, it did more than Nigma's done this entire game.
Yeah, they are actually 3 heroes.
Those towers need a promotion.
They will at least protect their Rax, but yeah, just it feels like they'll never be able to fight. Miracle, he's getting close to BKB, but even then, we're seeing just the control coming out from the physical.
I mean, Quoifer's just going to have so many irons.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's pretty much got the AC done. So now that AC that the Miracle went for has been effectively nullified.
He's got a Bastion on top of it too, so even when the BKB does come out, he'll have the control versus it too. Liquid fully prepared in case of anything. Even starting to itemize just in case of the Sven getting any type of like Aghanims or anything. See Blink Dagger on Mickey. Just they're fully prepared in case this game does go to the win. Definitely feels like it's not going to.
Boom, there it goes.
How close is he to the AC on Koikfa? Are they gonna look to finish that before the fight?
I mean, they can, right? They can play it pretty chilly, Liquid.
Yeah. They can just smoke and go into a rush at any point as well too. And they'll just kill it. Foxy has a full Aghanims now finished up too, so he was already a frontline beast.
Yeah.
Now he's gonna have puddles every single time. They couldn't kill him even without this. Yeah, this is gonna make it impossible.
And these deep wards too. I mean, they know exactly where Miracle is. They see him running straight out into the jungle.
I'm still surprised they haven't just gotten into the pit and killed in 5 seconds, because they have Slardar plus a Deso AC there. Maybe they just really want the AC to make it die at that super fast speed. He does have it finished, and I have to imagine they go for the rush. You know?
Saying stuff. 24 minutes in, Deso AC, Master managed, Basher on Quoifer. And the crazy thing that the Mickey, he's farming just as fast with the action that they found as Quoifer's lone druid.
And the rush is dead. They've already gobbled up Foxy in preparation to get some kills.
Oh, he's in. Oh, he's actually. Oh, wow. That was a perfect gobble up. Catches RMM post blink. They knew where he would be blinking to. I mean, Mickey, precision aim there.
I love Nick Snapfire, honestly.
I think Mickey does as well. I think Liquid do. They.
I'd like it in most of these roles. Like, even if they had somehow done something else and put the lone druid in and had him like in some other lane, I just like Snapfire here. This hero just feels so good in any role.
There we go.
The puddle's down.
Dire's middle tower is
So they're going to go for the wraparound. They're trying to get out of the squishes on the back. They're looking for Insanity for the combo up. Shoots in onto mind control. GH is going to whiff the hook shot. Mind control's dead. The cookie in onto GH, but 2 of them are down. They do have buybacks on the both of them. They're going to need to use it if they want to try and form some sort of a defense here, but the Rax are just getting taken down by the bear. Quoifer fears back RMN. It's a melee Rax gone. Nigma can't do anything to push Liquid off this. They're trying to beat into the bear. Can get it the once, the fear. Find it. Bear will fall, but the melee racks are gone. Liquid got what they came for. They can play it pretty relaxed again. They're still tier 1s to be taken on the bottom lane, so Liquid can wait it out and go for those.
Yep. Just play it careful. Just play right outside here. If Nigma shows at all, you can jump them. But they don't need to force anything too hard here. Just let Nigma make the mistake of walking into you, which they're about to do.
They're walking in. She's going to start into the clutch. Quoifer. He's going to get RP'd alongside Insane with the damage from Miracle. They're bringing Quoifer low. Can they quite kill him off? They can. The Aegis is taken out of his hands. Supernova's not coming in with the Mortal to first kiss it. Onto Miracle. Miracle's got the BKB. Vessel's down on the Quoifer. They're actually able to kill him. Hook shot on the other side, but GH falls for his attempt. We have low. Making turns with a little shredder onto Miracle. Cookie in 2. Miracle. He's getting low. Tiger rolls in, helping Boxy and Mickey take down Miracle as Mickey finishes him off with a shotgun blast. It's Liquid. They're even chasing, see if they can get the catch onto RMN. I mean, it's a punch back from Nigma. They do get Quoifer, but they don't get the other big kills. Mickey still lives. They're able to move on, continue to take objectives. It's something, but it's not nearly enough from Nigma.
Get comes just a bit too late as they finally get the synergy coming out. Like the RP as well as the egg does finally connect onto the heroes in a very ideal position, but yeah, there's just too much farm on the rest of Liquid still. Mickey, he cleaned up everybody. And now he's got his little shredder uses attack damage and he's got a crit on top too.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, this is where the game gets fun for Mickey. I mean, he's been having fun already when he starts to be able to sort of move into the right click territory.
Yeah, and we've seen this a couple times with Liquid. It's not really about, you know, we've seen a little bit of both versions, sure, where it's Mickey playing like the Morphling super carry, but we've also seen a lot of drafts with Liquid. They put themselves in a nice tri-core position, keep themselves very farmed, and this is one of those where we see even when Koikfa doesn't contribute much of anything in the fight, Foxy and Mickey can carry hard.
Yeah, I feel like we have seen more success from Liquid in these recent series when they do switch those sort of roles up, right? Mickey is more the playmaker, and Koikfa, he's allowed to go for the Mega Greed heroes. But that's the thing, right? But Koikfa, that's one of the things he is known for. He's his sort of lone druid, these heroes where he can go for the Mega Greed.
Yeah. It's all set up on him. Nigma. They want to fight around tier 1, though. Very surprised to see them posture on this area.
This is unlikely they're going to be able to get a jump on Liquid from this angle.
They're trying to play around their ward that they have down, some little bit of vision. Yeah, that looked like a very scary place if the fight did kick off for Nigma. But if they can keep jumping onto Koikfa, if they can delete him again, we can see that they do have success at least in that. They can somehow round up and get the other heroes too. Outpost being pinged. They have 30 seconds to get over there. They should be able to on the side of Liquid. They got more experience for the side of Nigma. And just play it safe. Wouldn't be Liquid if they didn't win with a 40,000 gold lead.
Yeah, I mean, as much as this league came out quicker this game, yeah, you are right. You know, it would be very Liquid-esque to not win the game now, but win it in maybe 15 minutes time.
Yep. Sort of in such a position where it feels very unthrowable. Like even if they did make some crazy plays, they still feel like they have this great lineup. So it might be one of those where they just chill back and get their farm.
This one still is. It's only at a 99% win chance for them. It's not at the 100. You know, we saw them being able to push it to the 100% win probability in game before the close-up.
Oh, the pings on the side are coming out. It seems like Mick has identified that they are along the tree line there. He started pinging exactly where GH was. I think he saw the rocket. As, of course they would find an Orbit Destruction with a Slardar and an AC Dessa.
I think that's Gaben saying, come on, end the game.
Yeah, he's like, Foxy, there you go.
Come on.
Here we go. Gobble up.
Oh.
The creep in.
The scare on the bear. Want to burn it down with the sun ray. But the bear's fine. He's out. In fact, he's still hanging around underneath the summer. He's outside of the base. He's going to have to put the BKB. First try. He's hurt, but he's been bashed. And he has to use the remainder of that BKB to run back to safety.
He can't fight now for what feels like 55 seconds. There's so much control that Liquid has in their draft. Yeah, definitely push it in now on their side. Take advantage of that BKB being on cooldown. They can look to take out that tower. Miracle is parked right in the front, though.
But Liquid being Liquid, they can't push because they're Liquid.
They need more gold.
Yeah, Miracle can't fight because his BKB's on cooldown. Liquid can't fight because they're Liquid. They don't want to fight.
They don't want to go to the high ground. They're terrified of the high ground.
We don't want to. We'll chill. As they just split up. Because why not? The game will end when Liquid wants it to, and they don't want it to end yet.
At least we're setting up the panel for a nice question of, you know, they can set the thing and just ask Liquid this, you know, what's going on? Why can't we break the high ground with 30,000 gold leads? Nah, this one they're like we said, very comfortable spot and still getting this crazy amount of farm, but
soon Nigma can catch some of them off guard here because, as I say, Liquid, they didn't opt to push, they opted to split up across the map.
Foxy, ooh, quick blink, dodges the Ag Sven stun, so now they know that the Ags is also finished off on
GH. Not too insane here, but the bear's in there with GH. Or if the bear taking him down low, GH set over to the side, but the little shredder takes him out in an instant. Over towards the side, Foxy keeping tracks on tomorrow, man.
Look at Miracle dying to Koikfa. Oh my god.
This bear should feed him down. Miracle, but he's going to get off of the grub strength. He's able to turn actually kill Koikfa. The rest of him can be trying to TP out. He's not going to make it away, though. They've got the damage to take him down through the BKB. As Liquid, they'll lose Koikfa, but the other four of them stay alive. 29k lead. They're about to the 30k lead, and I think that seems to be the number at which Liquid say, all right, we can end it. 30k lead, we can close it up.
Fortified.
Oh, but Mickey really wants his 25 with the Daedalus as low for the multi-shot.
We are solid 55 seconds, no miracle.
They got the dragon this time.
Now the question is, do Nigma have any repair kit this game for some similar shenanigans as we saw last game? They don't. This time out. And it looked to jump in onto RMN. RMN goes down. Mickey punching into We Are. Mind control falling to the ult of Insania. They'll cookie in onto We Are underneath the tier 4s. He goes down. So they'll have space to finish off these racks. And almost certainly the game for Liquid. Tier 4s they go. Everybody's dead on Nigma. Nobody's got a buyback. Miracle's up in 10 seconds if he really wants to give it one final attempt. But these tier 4s are falling. Yeah, buyback from Mind Control.
But just to watch, really.
I mean, Miracle's up. There's no God strength for 15 seconds.
See what he can do.
Let's have a look. Clock's up 2.
But so is Koikfa. He's running back over.
Yeah. They're bringing it in. GH is going to TP over to try and get on top of Tiger. Miracle being too by Boxy. Get the hook shot in onto Insania, but Insania safe by the cookie. They take him out towards the side. Boxy and Koikfa staying on top of Miracle. The roots, the bashes, holding him in place through the BKB. He's able to start and run to the fountain. He's got the God Strength, steps back out, but instantly to his death. As Liquid, they'll turn back towards the Ancient, and again, about a 39k lead, pretty similar to the ending of game 2. Liquid, they'll finally close it up, and with that, the series is theirs 2-1 against